The placement of white moon Selene in the 6th house of a natal chart is a profound indicator of sanctified service. In karmic astrology, Selene represents the points of light, divine grace, and the accumulated good karma from previous incarnations. When this celestial point resides in the 6th house, the domain of daily routines, health, labor, and service, it suggests an individual whose path to spiritual fulfillment is paved through the practical, the mundane, and the helpful. The essence of Selene in the 6th house. Selene acts as a protective shield and a guiding light. In the 6th house, this light illuminates the often overlooked corners of daily life. While many seek spiritual transcendence through meditation or retreat, the individual with this placement finds it through the act of being useful. There is an innate, almost instinctive understanding that to work is to pray. This is not the heavy, burdensome labor often associated with the 6th house under more difficult transits. Instead, Selene brings a sense of joy and ease to tasks. The native often feels a divine flow when they are organizing, cleaning, or assisting others. They are the people who find a strange, meditative peace in the rhythm of a busy workday or the meticulous details of a complex project. Professional life and the joy of service. In the realm of career, Selene in the 6th house suggests a guardian angel presence in the workplace. These individuals often become the backbone of their organizations, not because they seek power, but because they are naturally inclined to fix what is broken and soothe what is agitated. The helpful colleague, they often attract favorable working conditions and supportive coworkers. Even in toxic environments, the person with Selene in the 6th house is frequently spared from the worst of the office politics, acting as a neutral, calming influence. The healer's touch. This placement is common among those in the healing arts, nurses, veterinarians, nutritionists, and therapists. There is a white light quality to their physical touch or their presence that can actually accelerate the recovery of others. Animal connection. The 6th house governs small animals. With Selene here, there is often a deep, almost telepathic bond with pets. The native may find that animals are drawn to them for comfort, or they may find their greatest spiritual lessons through the unconditional love of a domestic companion. Health as a spiritual practice. One of the most significant gifts of this placement is a natural intuition regarding physical well-being. While others may struggle with confusing symptoms or fad diets, the Selene 6th house native often possesses an inner compass for health. They are frequently protected from chronic or debilitating illnesses, or if they do fall ill, they seem to find the right doctor, the perfect remedy, or the necessary lifestyle shift with uncanny timing. To them, the body is a temple, and maintaining its purity through clean eating, hygiene, and regular movement is seen as a form of spiritual discipline rather than a chore. The shadow side, the martyr complex. Even the brightest light casts a shadow. The challenge for Selene in the 6th house is the temptation to fall into excessive self-sacrifice. Because they find so much validation in being helpful, they may struggle to say no, leading to physical exhaustion. There is also a risk of becoming a perfectionist of the soul, where the native feels that if their environment or their body isn't perfectly pure, they have failed spiritually. It is vital for these individuals to remember that Selene is a gift of grace, not a standard of impossible perfection. They must learn that they are worthy of love even when they aren't being useful to anyone. Conclusion: the path of the earthly angel. Ultimately, white moon Selene in the 6th house is about bringing the sacred into the ordinary. It suggests that the native has spent lifetimes learning the value of duty and has now been granted the ability to perform that duty with a sense of divine purpose. Their mission is to demonstrate that holiness isn't found just in cathedrals or on mountaintops, but in the way we treat our coworkers, the care we give to a sick pet, and the mindfulness we bring to our morning coffee. By turning every small task into an act of love, they balance their own karma and act as a quiet, steady beacon of light for everyone in their immediate orbit. When white moon Selene occupies the 6th house, its expression is filtered through the zodiac sign on the house cusp. This determines the flavor of your service and how you maintain your physical and spiritual equilibrium. Selene in the fire signs. Aries, service is performed through initiative and courage. You are a spiritual pioneer in the workplace, often protecting colleagues or jumping into crises first. You heal through movement and high-energy activity. Leo, you bring a creative, heart-centered light to your daily tasks. Your presence boosts the morale of others, and you may find your calling in working with children, the arts, or leadership roles that serve the collective good. Sagittarius, work is a quest for truth. You serve by teaching, mentoring, or bringing a philosophical perspective to mundane problems. Health is maintained through outdoor activity and a sense of freedom in your schedule. Selene in the earth signs. Taurus, you have a golden touch with physical matter. Service is expressed through creating stability, comfort, and beauty. You have a natural gift for gardening, cooking, or bodywork, finding the divine in the material. Virgo, this is Selene's most natural home. You possess an extraordinary eye for detail and a pure approach to health. Your service is precise, humble, and highly effective. You are the ultimate healer's healer. Capricorn, you find grace in discipline and structure. You serve by building systems that last and taking on heavy responsibilities with quiet dignity. You are protected when you act with integrity and professional mastery. Selene in the air signs. Gemini, healing and service happen through communication. You are the messenger of light in the office, using words to soothe and information to solve problems. Your health is deeply tied to your mental clarity and social connections. Libra, you bring harmony and justice to the workplace. Your service often involves mediation, aesthetics, or balancing the needs of others. You thrive in partnerships and find spiritual peace through clean, artistic environments. Aquarius, you serve through innovation and humanitarian efforts. You are the progressive worker who improves the lives of many through technology or community organizing. Your approach to health is often unconventional or high-tech. Selene in the water signs. Cancer, your work environment is your second home. You serve by nurturing, protecting, and feeding others. You have an intuitive, almost psychic understanding of the needs of your coworkers and a deep bond with domestic animals. Scorpio, you are drawn to the transformative side of service. You may work in crisis management, deep healing, or research. You have the phoenix ability to help others navigate their darkest hours through your quiet strength. Pisces, this is the sign of the silent saint. Your service is often invisible, selfless, and deeply compassionate. You absorb the stress of others to transmute it into peace, often finding your calling in hospitals, charities, or spiritual retreats. When white moon Selene transits your natal 6th house, it marks a period, typically lasting about 7 months, where the guardian angel of the zodiac visits your house of work, health, and daily duties. Unlike the heavy or restrictive transits of Saturn, Selene acts as a spiritual lubricant, smoothing over the frictions of daily life and offering a karmic vacation from the usual drudgery of chores and labor. The divine efficiency. During this transit, you may find that your to-do list becomes significantly less daunting. Selene brings a sense of divine efficiency to your life. Tasks that previously felt like uphill battles, organizing a chaotic office, fixing a broken routine, or managing a complex project, suddenly fall into place with minimal effort. This is not because the work has disappeared, but because your internal resistance to it has vanished. You are in a state of flow where doing becomes a form of meditation. Protection in the workplace. If you have been dealing with workplace toxicity, difficult coworkers, or an unappreciative boss, the Selene transit acts as a protective shield. Harmonious resolutions. Conflicts tend to resolve themselves without your direct intervention. Invisible support. You may find that higher-ups take a sudden, benevolent interest in your well-being, or a helpful new colleague arrives exactly when you are most overwhelmed. Karmic rewards. If you have worked hard in the past without recognition, this transit often brings the reward, not necessarily as a promotion, which is more 10th house, but as an improvement in your daily quality of life and a deep sense of job satisfaction. Physical purification and healing. The 6th house governs the body's maintenance. When Selene transits here, it often initiates a period of spontaneous healing or purification. Finding the right cure. If you've been struggling with a health issue, this is the time when the right doctor or the perfect holistic remedy suddenly appears. Intuitive wellness. You may find it remarkably easy to drop bad habits. Cravings for unhealthy foods might simply fall away, replaced by an intuitive pull toward what truly nourishes you. The body is a temple. You begin to feel the connection between your spiritual state and your physical symptoms. You aren't just dieting, you are sanctifying your physical vessel. Service is a path to grace. This transit invites you to look at your service to others through a higher lens. You might feel a sudden impulse to volunteer or to help someone who cannot repay you. Selene reminds you that altruism is a protective force. By helping others navigate their daily struggles, you strengthen your own spiritual immunity. The watch out, subtle complacency. The only real danger of a Selene transit is its subtlety. Because it brings ease, it can sometimes lead to laziness. You might feel so protected that you stop putting in the necessary effort to maintain your health or work standards. Selene provides the grace, but you must still provide the vessel. Use this period to build holy habits that will sustain you once the transit ends. This transit is essentially a reminder that the universe cares about the small things in your life. It is an invitation to stop rushing toward the future and to find the sacred in the present moment, one task at a time. Subscribe, like, and share.